Welcome to the Commodity Compass, your fortnightly briefing on commodity price action and market dynamics. This edition covers weeks 20 and 21 of 2026, published on June 19th. Here's what we'll cover today: category trends,
Commodity price movements.
food and beverage, metals and minerals, chemicals, precious metals, and energy markets. Let's start with the big picture, an overview of category-level trends shaping global commodity markets this fortnight. A snapshot of commodity price action across the past 4 weeks, highlighting which categories gained ground and which slipped. First up, food and beverage. Let's see how palm oil, soybeans, corn, sugar, wheat, and cocoa moved. Palm oil fell in week 20 on weak demand before rebounding on Indonesian policy news. Soybeans climbed on short covering, while corn dropped as U.S. planting moved ahead of schedule. Sugar rose on tight global supply, then eased as Thai exports surged. Wheat firmed on drought-driven supply concerns. Cocoa spiked on short covering before easing as demand weakened. Next, metals and minerals, where supply tightness drove most of the action. Copper jumped on tight supply before dipping on a stronger dollar. Iron ore tracked Chinese steel demand. Aluminium rose steadily as Middle East supply shocks lifted prices. Nickel slid on ample supply and weak demand. Tin surged on Myanmar and Indonesia disruptions, then cooled. Zinc edged higher as smelter outages in Peru and Kazakhstan tightened supply. Lead rose in week 20 as sellers held firm offers, then eased in week 21 when battery demand softened and buyers resisted higher prices. Now, chemicals, a sector dominated by oversupply and weak downstream demand. Ethylene fell on oversupply and weak buying. Benzene dropped as Sinopec and independent refineries cut offers. Propylene declined on slow downstream offtake and tight producer margins. Methanol dipped, then rebounded on Middle East supply concerns. Caustic soda slipped as alumina demand weakened. Ammonia stayed under pressure from high supply and weak industrial demand. Soda ash prices moved lower across weeks 20 and 21 as high operating rates and ample inventories overwhelmed weak demand in the Chinese market. On to precious metals, where dollar strength and shifting risk appetite shaped the moves. Gold declined on a stronger dollar and improved risk appetite. Platinum spiked, then fell sharply on rising treasury yields. Silver jumped on the U.S.-China truce, then reversed on hot inflation data. Finally, energy, where Middle East tensions and weather drove the headlines. Brent crude rose on Strait of Hormuz disruption, then eased on U.S.-Iran talks. Coal climbed on strong Asian demand. Natural gas gained on cooling demand and tighter U.S. production. Beyond pricing intelligence, we offer a full suite of procurement solutions to support your sourcing strategies. Thanks for tuning in. Connect with us for more insights, and we'll see you in the next edition of the Commodity Compass.